Um, so I'm Graham Blake. What's your name?
My name is Patty Nugent.
Patty Nugent. Um, what were your parents' names?
Sam and Lenore Wingate.
Okay. Where were they from?
They were from Branch.
Well, and that's just up the road.
Yeah, that's
just,
between here
yeah.
and Church Point.
Mm-hmm. Well, what did your parents do?
My daddy was a farmer.
Oh, okay.
And then later on, he became a roughneck, that's working in the oil field.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
And my mother never did work.
Oh, okay.
I'm an only child.
Oh, okay. What did he farm?
Rice.
Rice farmer?
Rice
I
farmer.
was gonna guess.
Yeah. The Larkade property.
Okay. And when did he become? What year did he become a roughneck?
I was in first grade, and I was born in 41. So about 47.
Oh.
Well, he always was with my granddaddy.
Right.
You know.
I guess is that about when oil started kind of
when it was
around
starting
here?
to be good, yeah.
Yeah. And he stayed a roughneck?
Stayed a roughneck until, let's see, 62.
Oh.
And then he quit. He had a good friend that died.
Mm-hmm. Being a roughneck.
He had taken Daddy's place, and my dad would have been in the exact same place as that Mr. Bro was.
Oh.
So it affected Daddy.
Yeah.
And so he went to New Orleans, and he worked in New Orleans with his brother-in-law as a mechanic. And he retired doing that.
Yeah, I know it.
They worked in, they had a home, an apartment in New Orleans, and then they moved to Chalmette.
Oh, okay.
And they had just been back here about 13 years, I guess, and he died.
No.
With a massive stroke.
Okay. So you married?
Married.
Mm-hmm. What's your husband's name?
Ardell.
Ardell. Any children?
6.
6 kids. What are their names?
Kimala.
Kimala?
Kimala. Lynette. Lynnette. Lizette. They're twins. Lizette.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin. Devin. And they're twins.
Kevin and Devin.
And then my baby is Kelly. Kelli.
Oh, okay. Oh boy. 2 sets of twins. And that's the I guess how the age, oldest to youngest. Or it doesn't matter.
I can tell you, Kimmel's 48. The twins are 47. The boys are 43, and my baby's 40.
8 years. So where were you born?
I was born in Branch, in the home, in my grandparents' home.
Oh, okay.
I'm that old.
And you grew up there?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I lived with my grandparents
Mm-hmm.
until I started school. I went to school here in Rain.
Oh, okay.
At St. Joseph. I graduated at St. Joseph's.
Okay. How big was your graduating class?
We were 23.
23? You still so you live in Rain now?
I still do.
Okay. And you moved here in?
I was in first grade.
First grade. Oh, that's right. So since you started going to St. Joseph's. Okay. Let's see. What were you involved in school?
My favorite thing was basketball. I was an all-star basketball player.
Oh yeah?
And I was a cheerleader. I was very active in the sports.
Yeah.
I love sports.
That's funny. The lady I had last week. That's where she played basketball. What was her name? I could remember the week before, Natalie Quibido, but I can't remember. Last week. But she went to St. Joseph's. She
was. God, I had to know her unless she was maybe older than me.
She was born in 1920. So.
Was it Mariette Haynes? No.
Boy, what was her last name? I can't remember.
Anyway.
But anyway, yeah, that was what she played.
That was my everything, and I love the nuns. The nuns and I just. I guess it's because
it was a nice school.
Yeah, it was, and I guess it's because I was an only child, and although you would think an only child had all the attention, but not really. My grandparents raised me until I went to school, and they spoke broken English.
Oh.
So I learned to speak French very well.
Oh, yeah, right.
Then when I went to school, well, the nuns didn't want me to speak French, so it was.
They want you
but
in English.
they cuddled me and loved me, and I got so attached to them. In the 8th grade, I almost became a nun.
Oh, really?
I had the papers all ready to go,
and you can do it that young?
Mm-hmm. In those days.
Oh, okay.
Now you have to graduate.
Okay. Yeah.
Where
would have you gone?
In New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah, I was going to become a Montclair nun.
Oh, wow. So what did you used to do for fun back when you were young?
When I was
or not too young. I don't know. Whatever.
What? 13, 14?
I don't know. Yeah.
Younger than that? I don't know.
I don't know. So, well, actually, any time in your life, church organizations, like activities. You were talking about Boo-Ray.
Yeah, I played that. I played that as a young girl. My parents, that's what they did on Saturday nights, and I learned that very early, to play cards. But it's hard to say what I did because you don't have much to do when you're an only child. But I was most of the time by myself with my dolls.
Oh, okay. In the country, kind of.
Looking for 4-leaf clovers. I did have my own horse and my dog, so I'd go out riding. And my grandmother would fix dinner for the farmers that were out in the field. Right. So I would bring them their dinner, their water.
So you knew all the people around, I'm sure, of course.
Yeah, still do. Thank God, I still have a good memory and remember everything, just about
You see people that you used to see?
Yeah, I sure do. Good to see them.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's all my old friends.
Yeah. I used to love to dance. We used to have a youth center. Of course, the young kids of today, like you, I don't know where you're from. If you're in Lafayette, there's different places. But here, our young kids don't have any place to go. So they go to Lafayette. If they're old enough, we didn't drink.
Yeah.
We weren't.
You just had a good time.
We would go what they call the Rain Youth Center on Saturday nights and Sundays, and that's where we would meet the God we liked or we thought we loved. And then when you got a little bit older, you would go to Leon's. In Dusson. That was
Where's that in Dusson around?
It used to be Main Street.
Just on the street?
Yeah.
How do you spell Leon's?
Leon.
Yeah, okay.
And that was the highlight of our weekends. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was Rain like? Well, so what year did you move to Rain? What year would have been that been? 40. Did you say
46?
46.
When I moved to Rain, we moved on a street called Arena Street, and people were very friendly then. Today we have so many different kinds of people.
Right.
But we were all like family.
Yeah, like I've heard everyone, like you could go to the theater and then walk home.
That was on the other side. This is the tracks, but okay. I lived clean across where Rain High is at. and we would walk to the theater right there.
Hmm. And no, yeah,
No problem.
and just girls could go. You wouldn't have any qualms.
No, and that's the way I would go to my basketball games.
Yeah.
I would pick up a friend walking
Yeah.
and go to the, to St. Joe's gym. When we finished, the coach would take us back because it was, kind of late.
Yeah.
But we'd walk there.
But
No
yeah,
problem.
you didn't have you didn't feel any danger or anything like that.
Not like today. That's
No.
sad.
Yeah, I know.
Like my children's children, my grandkids. We have 17 grandkids, and they don't have the things that we had. I feel
The
so
freedom
sorry for them.
kind of
Yeah.
just you kind of don't you didn't have to worry about things
No.
like that.
And they do.
Yeah. So how did rain change, like in like the 40s, 50s, 60s?
Well, Mervyn Cons was a great part of this town because you didn't have to go anywhere else to buy
To shop.
anything.
Right.
Everything we bought there.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember my grandparents, like they were sharecroppers, then they'd come once a year to pay their bill. So all year long we buy clothes, whatever we needed, and we pay at the end of the year. You can't do that.
Oh
No,
wow.
But we did it then.
Well, that's
And-
neat.
Well, yeah, and Mervyn's was
So you needed something, and if you're short on cash, you could still get it.
right.
How's the? I guess the downtown area changed. Did Mervyn Cons like closing? Did that cause a lot of?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had Mervyn Cons, we had Roxy's, another dress shop, which was really nice, and we had Wiles. That for people that didn't have maybe as much as some, Wiles was a little bit cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they had another one by the church, by the Catholic church, another little dress shop. And we had things like, like I said, if you want anything now, you have to go to Lafayette.
Yeah.
There are stockings, you don't wear stockings too much anymore today with Lafayette.
Anything, just simple stuff.
Yeah. We don't have any more theaters.
Yeah.
That's all gone. So that's not much except,
All
you know what we have in Rayness? We have a lot of bars.
That's what I was gonna say. There's bars.
That's it. And, they put the limit on the children not to drink, which is great. But so that way they can't do anything.
Yeah. So kids just.
Like for instance, today I work at the church. I'm a receptionist, and this young girl walked in and she had to make some hours because she got caught drinking a little bit, and she walked in and she said, "Ma'am, I'm not a bad girl." And I said, "Well, we don't judge here, honey." And she said, "They caught me. I had a flat tire, and they stopped me, and I had had a couple of beers, and they gave me these hours that I have to make." So the poor little girl,
Yeah, yeah. It's just that she just probably just has nothing else to do. It's
Yeah.
not like and
But it's when Mervyn Con closed, that was the